worse.
Right. Here we go, y'all.
Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet Radio Raw Post-Show Rewind for October the 14th, 2024.
Woo!
I am Tyler, the Pro Wrestling Hipster, here with Little Molly Holly, or Monday Night Molly, as we decided.
Yeah!
Gentlemen, introduce yourselves and let's talk some Monday Night Raw.
How's it going, guys? As always, it is your boy Caesar hanging out with that gentleman and that lovely four-legged friend of ours, Monday Night Molly. But tonight we are joining a new friend of ours. Let him introduce, himself. Alex, take it away.
How's it going, guys? Some of you might know me over from our affiliate Comic Book Click. I'm Alex the Cog Garcia. Thank you guys for having me.
Right on. A pleasure to have you, sir. Now, before we can get into the proceedings tonight, and we have a not as much to cover as normal. We are in the 2-hour era once again. But before we get rolling tonight, I do have to give that shout out, obviously, to our partner on the web, comicbookclick.com. Comicbookclick.com/dirtsheetradio for all of your pop culture, comic book, professional wrestling, companies, everything all in one awesome place. Check it out. Make it your homepage. Look at it multiple times a day. Just like we do, not because we're legally obligated to do so, but because we love to do it. And be sure to check out the Major Issues podcast every single Thursday for just a varied list of topics on comic books. What do you guys got going on coming up?
We got our coverage of Joker 2, which was a week delayed because we are smack in the middle of Tampa, Florida. For those of you who were not aware, we got hit by the most incredible hurricane this city's ever had in the last 100 or so years. So a lot of us are still without power. A lot of us are still without internet, even water. So we were a week delayed, but we will definitely be covering Joker 2, French tomorrow. Just to clarify.
Joker 2, Footy Fafa.
There it is. Hey, Canadian, how do you say that? Do you know how to say that?
What's that? I gotta look up. What are we talking about?
The Joker,
Joker 2. It's, I believe it's
title.
pronounced Folie à Deux. It's
Joker.
It stands for steaming pile of shit.
Yeah. If it'll actually come up properly. That's not
You don't have
popping up
internet,
properly.
Canada?
No, I got internet up here. I'm just trying to type with one hand. Oh, Folie à Deux.
I thought you were pretty good at that, Caesar.
Shut up. Folie à Deux. Okay.
All right. But there you go. All right. But gentlemen, let's talk some Monday Night Raw. We are in the 2-hour era. This is the second 2-hour Raw. I do have to say before we talk about the main event, I feel like it went a little more smoothly tonight than it went last week. Last week felt very just rushed, clustered, pushed together. Chaotic, yeah. Tonight felt a little more evenly spaced, maybe a little too spaced. We'll talk about that as we get into it. But tonight's main event, we had some tag team action, unusual partners, Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton taking on Liv Morgan and Rodriguez. It was Tiffy time indeed.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, pretty short TV main event here. They went just about 8 minutes. Rhea and Tiffany get the win via DQ when Nia Jax hits Rhea Ripley from behind. Gentlemen, what do you think of tonight's main event? This really, it just kind of was there. There was a little bit of an angle after where it looked like we might have a Money in the Bank cash in, but Dirty Dom saved the day and pulled his paramour to safety. But gentlemen, what did you think of tonight's main event?
Your big words. Oh, okay, I'll take this one.
You start it off, sir. Start it off.
All right, sorry. Yeah, it served its purpose. It was a TV main event. Not much you can really do other than watch Rhea and Tiffy fight over who's going to fight over who. I was excited to see because it was a weird combo because you wouldn't expect to see those two tag team with each other. So it was a bit of a weird thrown in there. So you're sitting going, how's this going to go? You felt like the dark, evil kind of favorite, and then you got the girl on the other side from the other show who's the blonde, bubbly, sparkly kind of girl, and it's like, is this gonna work? And then they do the damn thing, and it was cool to watch. So, yeah, I was excited for it. What about you, Alex?
I enjoyed it. I was a big fan of Liv and Raquel, and to see them do their tag team thing again, except now from the perspective of being heels, is a lot of fun. And even though it was sudden to see Tiffany and Rhea put together, and to see them try to make that dynamic work while also still giving Raquel and Liv their time, it was fun. I mean, this whole thing centers around the Saudi Arabia stuff, which is always kind of, all right, we gotta throw this in there because the Saudi prince gave WWE another $2 billion, so we gotta sandwich this together very quickly, and it's a whole new pacing that they're still getting used to, this whole 2-hour thing. Mm-hmm. So, but I still enjoyed it. The women right now are just killing it overall.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Absolutely. And yeah, we are definitely leaning towards the Crown Jewel show coming up, and they have seemed to make them a little more mainstream these last couple there. When they first started these, they kind of existed off in a bubble all by itself, partially due to the backlash, but also just because the Saudis requested just some odd things. We talked about this last week as well, but they asked for Andre the Giant, they asked for Yokozuna. As it's like they're dead. They've been dead for 30 years. I'm sorry they can't be there. But now the show, in those first couple, it really felt like it was just the most wealthy of the wealthy that were in the audiences. And now it feels like it is actual fans that are attending these shows over there. So they are trying to make them have a little bit more, I think, meaning in terms of story. But still, I don't know. Let's talk about this real quick. We've got the champion versus champion for both the men and the women. The winner gets a trinket title that won't ever be defended. It's just kind of won once a year. What do you guys think about this? How are you feeling about this Crown Jewel Championship?
I dig it because the Saudi thing isn't going anywhere.
Right.
So I like the idea that it has its own belt for once a year. Because it's kind of like the Andre the Giant challenge statue. I wish that would almost find a way to get defended or better tracked, Whereas I think now, because we know the crown jewel is going to happen every year, Saudi Arabia, I don't know if you know this, is probably never going to go broke. So they're going to keep paying for this. They're going to keep paying for this. So why not every year have somebody like looks forward to, oh yeah, you know, so-and-so won that belt last year. Now, hopefully they have it still in some way capacity. Hopefully the person has been fired or injured and they have to like defend it this year. So I think that's kind of cool because it gives that show its own thing to look forward to.
Well, and it kind of keeps you from having to do major title defenses on, you know, over in Saudi. Like that was the issue. That there was, you know, was it last year there were people that were a little upset that the Rey Mysterio Logan Paul match was happening there, that title match happened, or the title change rather happened there. So yeah, so from that perspective, that's a really, really great point. This gives it something special just for that, you know, where they don't have to like implement like doing King of the Ring there or giving them their own, you know, Royal Rumble or something like that. Yeah, this, you know what, Alex, you sold me a little bit more on it. I was pretty against it because I'm just not for superfluous titles, but it's really not that kind of championship. It's not going to be defended. It's once a year. It exists. Whoever has it will have it to the next year. It's like being a Super Bowl champion or something. It's just, it is. Yeah. Yeah. All right. But gentlemen, anything else on tonight's main event or the subsequent angle thereafter, or shall we hop around to the start of the show?
Let's hop around, I'd say.
We hopping? All right, here we go. All right, so Monday Night Raw came to us taped from St. Louis at the Enterprise Center. So if y'all were wondering why the audience seemed
familiar,
sleepy tonight, that's why, guys. They went through a lot of taping last.
They've been there for a whole week.
They're still there now.
They didn't leave.
Was there a tornado or something?
Just hunker down, guys. You're getting some extra wrestling tonight.
Got extra popcorn upstairs.
Not buttered though.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'll go outside the tornado then. Screw it. I'll take death or something.
Oh God.
That's
all
terrible.
right, so tonight's show opened as it typically does, with the commentary running down some of the wrestlers arriving to the venue and kind of setting up the events of the show.
We need those kind of videos.
I like the open. It gives that, you know, a little real sports feel. This is what they do for NFL and NBA games. You see the athletes walking in and they talk about all this pre-show. So I can get behind that.
No, I'm fully for it too. I agree with you.
Yeah, but the show proper opened with Rhea Bloody Ripley making her way to the ring to call out Raquel Rodriguez. And, you know, we talked about tonight's main event, and this was the segment that set up for that. She was very quickly interrupted by Tiffany Stratton as opposed to Raquel Rodriguez. And let's talk about this. You know, we talked about them teaming tonight on. How did you guys perceive the interplay between Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton? Two very different presentations for characters.
In all honesty, I was for it because, like, it's like you see them being like, you know, as I said a little bit before, probably I can't remember when I said it, but you got Rhea, who's like this dark, like mysterious kind of look to her, but like everyone loves her. On the other side, Tiff, who's this bright and bubbly, like Barbie girl kind of vibe, and people love her too on their side over on SmackDown, but they're not on the same like look to each other, but still people love them. Do we say almost two faces, or do we say one face, one heel? How do we look at it? But I was down for it. It was just something, again, weird, so it kept my attention going at least. What about you, Alex?
I definitely liked it because it's this dichotomy. It reminds me of watching like Addams Family Values, you know, watching Wednesday having to interact with the super bubbly suburban yuppie girls.
Exactly.
And so I dug it, and it's an interaction we don't get very often. And I'll be honest with you, I am not a fan of Tiffany Stratton.
Oh no.
Oh, you're gonna make Caesar cry.
Tiffy time go away. However, she did impress me tonight. So I would just be marking out for Rhea and just hoping she would kick Tiffany's face in. But this back and forth was fun. It was fun.
Did you not see the Elimination Chamber when the crowd was going nuts for her? That was so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are a lot of people that bought pet rocks too. You know.
Oh shit! You bought that? Mine's dead.
How did you kill a pet rock?
He's Canadian.
It's another episode. It's another episode.
Oh god. In the process here, they were attacked by Liv and Raquel, and this, as we said, set up for the tag team main event that we saw later, that we discussed at the top of the show, but we'll see later tonight. Solid opening segment. As sleepy as the crowd was, they were into it. I felt it went well, but you know, you're always going to have a diminished response when you got an audience.
One of the things that probably saved them this time around is the fact that it was 2-hour Raws.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time the first show finished, everyone went for like, you know, washroom break, you know, this and that, yada yada yada. And then they were like, okay, we're gonna start the new Raw in like 5 minutes here, and then we're just gonna go for it. And you could tell there were people that were still pretty like, yeah, like you said, there were some that were super exhausted, super tired, but there were still some that were like, bro, this is exciting. So it's like you had a definite toned down crowd, but they were still pretty over the top for the appropriate things. So kudos for a 4-hour Raw. You might as well say.
Right. From there backstage, this is when we had Rhea Ripley telling Adam Pearce that she wanted Liv and Raquel tonight, and he was basically saying that, you know, you can't take them on by yourself, and that was when we interjected Tiffany Stratton into the match, and that was the main event. From there, we had our opening match on the card tonight. We had the women's tag team champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending against Damage Control. I thought you were saying something, Caesar.
I was laughing.
Defending against Damage Control. Cargill and Belair retain after some interference from a couple members of Meta-Four, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend at ringside. 9 minutes and 46 seconds. This was also setting up for the Tag Champs defense coming up on Friday Night SmackDown, and I'm sure now we're going to have some interplay between Damage Control and Meta-Four. This is got some moving parts here. You know, it's nice getting I'm a little biased here saying this, but it's nice getting an NXT team on, main roster television. I've been saying this for a while. The fact that they combined the women's tag team championships a while ago, they have to have NXT interacting with those belts more often than they do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to see that actually happening. But yeah, it almost feels like maybe they might be leading towards some sort of triple threat, because you feel like Damage Control Friday night is going to interfere and screw this up for the Meta-Four. But guys, what do you think of this opening match here tonight? And how you feeling about Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill's second reign as tag team champions?
I'll let Alex take this first because I could babble like a moron.
I'm absolutely loving it. Like I said, the women are just in general killing it. They are by far the most, to me, entertaining aspects of wrestling right now. I remember back in the day, back in the Divas era, where women's matches were like
naughty word.
Breaks. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was the potty break, man. It was so gratuitous. It was so who cares? But now they're the ones that are making me watch more. You know, so Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, I'm loving their second run. However, I'm at the same time, I'm hoping this is all setting up, of course, the elevation of the NXT tag team, as well as, because see, I love Io Sky, and I love help me out.
Kairi Sane.
Yeah. They to me, they're amazing. They deserve to have some level of straps on them because I believe they need it. You know, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, they have the crowd in their hands with belts or without. So giving those belts to them, to Io Sky and Kairi Sane, it elevates them, puts them more in the center because they'll have the belts. So I'm hoping this leads to Kairi Sane and Io Sky going up against the NXT tag teams, and of course I think what everybody wants to see is Jade and and Bianca eventually break up and then have their rivalry. That's what I want to see in the long run of this story.
Yeah, it's just like you said, just the women's division, pretty much on all brands for WWE are just killing it right now. We talk endlessly on Tuesday nights about how much of a highlight the women's division is on NXT.
I wonder why.
It's because it's good.
That was a subtle pop shot at two people on that one.
On Tuesday nights, we got Roxanne Perez. It's Stephanie Vacker now.
There we go. I was waiting for it.
Julia, it's great, guys.
The faces in it.
Yeah, it's everything's. It's all looking up.
So I'm gonna be the stick in the mud on this one. Does Jade seem like she's the one who's the awkward of the group out of the four of them, or is it just me tonight? Don't worry, I'll show my work. I just want to hear the group's vote first.
Awkward how?
No. Is it just you guys both think she seems awkward, or no? What do you guys think first?
I really don't know. I think I need you to explain what you mean. I don't really.
First, I'll pull up the drawing board, not a literal drawing board. I don't have one. No, first, when she comes to the ring, everyone gets a response except for her. Bianca, usual, everyone goes nuts. I understand her theme is bumping and it goes off. Damage control, they get a reaction. Jade, everyone's like, yeah, as if there's like zero reaction. And that's not just tonight either. That's every other time she's seen her in the ring. Then, when it comes to the actual matches, Jade's still a little bit, I guess we'll say green, or like needs a little bit of, hey, it's Molly. Needs a little bit more work in some ways. There was a spot she did tonight. I don't remember the exact moment in the match, but it clearly looked like she screwed it up and tried to sell still. And I was just sitting there like, come on, Jade, come on, please. So that's just my 2 cents. But,
I mean, I do agree that her response tonight was, okay, there you go.
Rage quit.
Yeah, now I do agree that her response tonight was a bit on the muted side, but I didn't know that was just because the crowd was a little bit tired. I mean, Jade's entrance theme is awesome. Like,
it's both of her
pretty
themes.
Much the X-Men.
Both of her themes are super awesome, but it's just like, I'm not saying that, I'm not taking the obvious answer going, oh, let's just break them up and let her go by herself. No, I'm just saying that it just seems like she's something. I don't know what the word to use is, but like she's something in the tank to give her some more oomph. I don't know what it is, but like there's certain moves she pulled tonight that I was looking, I was like, man, come on. Like I said, you have to watch the match again, or just hang out with us and talk about it here on Dirt Shit Radio. Take your pick.
All right, so I mean, Caesar hates Jade Cargill. That's what I'm hearing.
Wow, you gonna get me blocked by her too? Let me right back. I'll go block.
Are you gonna tweet mean shit at her to get blocked?
Hey! In my defense, okay, Karrion Kross does not take bumps. Oh, I guess I should explain to Alex. Karrion Kross and a few other people have me blocked on Twitter.
Yeah, Karrion Kross blocked Caesar.
But Karrion Kross blocked
hater,
me.
Man.
Karrion Kross blocked me on one tweet. Okay, everyone else I had to razz a bunch.
Yeah, to be fair, like I'm the one that talks about how he like takes less than 5 bumps per a match every night. So.
I'm pretty sure Tyler's taking more bumps playing with the dogs than Karrion Kross is taking in a ring. Like Molly's a scrapper, Alex. You have to see the video.
I can't even talk about Karrion Kross because he is my potty break match. He's the when he comes out, that's when I go.
He just shows up. I just leave.
I'm just like, I gotta go use the bathroom. Like,
and just for CJ out there, CJ hates Karrion Kross. So,
CJ, Alex, we're starting a GoFundMe to buy CJ a bunch of T-shirts that all say "The Final Testament" is my favorite.
Mac, I'm running on very little sleep, brother. I apologize.
Mac here? Shit, I got excited. Where is he?
He's in the chat. Mac's
there he is.
Always in the chat. We always have Mac in the chat.
It's a Mac attack.
Mac is
That's his special move off the top rope.
All right.
It's an 840 splash. That's his special move.
An 840.
840. That's a
whatever that even means. I just put 3 numbers together and it sounded cool in my head.
When I was in high school, I could do a triple somersault moonsault.
And it's not even going this way. It's like his body turns this way and then does it. Yeah, exactly. See?
That don't even make sense.
Sorry, Seth Rollins. You're officially done.
We're going to hop back into the show here, guys. Backstage.
Holy, I quit.
After the tag match, we had Finn Balor and JD McDonough approach.
I
Adam
hate
Pearce.
those two right now. Those belts, please. Can we get them off of them?
Oh, come on. You love JD and Finn, and you know you do.
I would love to see you two show up right now and punch both of them in the head and take the belts.
I never knew Canadians were this angry.
Their title reign has been boring. I'm just caffeine fueled right now.
You are very angry.
Like JD's face right there is my opinion right now of their reign.
Fair enough.
And with the man bun too.
Balor was demanding and asking when he was going to be getting your rematch with Damian Priest. And, Pierce said, no, y'all got to have obligations to defend your tag team titles. You're not getting a match with Damian Priest right now.
Nope.
And, this was, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of enjoying the very, like, blasé attitude of JD McDonough here. Oh, you guys, I'm setting up a tournament to determine, your number one contenders. Oh, yeah, like, we care. Like,
sorry, JD,
I
you're
like
not
it.
threatening.
Like, this is the weirdest thing. It's like a bully from like a Disney movie or something where it's like he's an asshole douchebag, but it's like it's almost in like an innocent kind of like, oh, so JD.
Like, we know you're really a nice guy. Stop it.
He's
right, like same thing with Finn. Like I said this for a bit. Like this entire heel run, he's good at it. Like Finn can play bad.
I hate his entrance though.
But like it's Finn Balor. I see the guy. I'm just like, that's a man who loves Lego. Like
they need to stop calling his finisher the coup de grace.
That kills me. Yeah, because it's coup de grace. That's how. Like
Thank you.
I blame Michael Cole. And then Joey Test started doing it.
Tyler versus Michael Cole at WrestleMania 41. Book it.
Do not.
I'll be ringside.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. I'll be on commentary with Alex.
Let's go. Let's do it.
We'll be just plugging comic book click the whole time. That's all. Not even talking about the match.
That's it. It would be like, you guys definitely need to read the Absolute line on DC, the Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman. Oh, did somebody just get hit? Whatever.
No.
And Absolute Wonder Woman. Absolute Wonder Woman is definitely the book you need to be reading.
Hey, did you hear he won? You know who else won? People who went to comicbookclick.com.
That's right. That's right. Everybody's a winner when you click on Comic Book Click.
Everyone.
Tyler won. Oh, cool. High five.
Right? I wouldn't even know the names by that point. I'd be like the guys with the funny accents. Famous as cousins.
Famous as cousins. But in the after
Adam hell, I hate this right now. I'm trying to focus.
Liv Morgan and Dom walked up, and Liv was asking about the rematch with Damian and JD. But she quickly introduced Raquel Rodriguez to the group and Carlito.
His reaction is how I'd probably be too.
He was just smitten.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Not at all.
I mean, for two reasons. One, it's her, and two, like her back flexing is awesome. But mainly number one. But seriously, those belts, title defense, let's go, please. Like, come on. Those belts have hung out with them longer than like.
So you desperately want those tag team championships off of Judgment Day?
Not off of them so much. If they want to be champs, go nuts, knock yourself out. Whatever helps you sleep at night. I don't care. But they just need something to do something. Like, remember in the old days, like the Ruthless Aggression era, you had to actually have a match every 30 days, 40 days, something like that. Now it's like, oh, you're champ.
Yeah. Well,
you're champ.
I mean,
cool.
Think about it. You just said it. Ever since the Ruthless Aggression era, the tag team titles across the board have become, oh, by the way, they exist.
Belts.
That's it. Whether it's in the women's division or in the men's division or depending on whatever show,
belts.
They occasionally, because even during the Ruthless Aggression era, what would they do to elevate the titles? Put Mankind and The Rock and put the belts on them.
Right.
That's good shit. No, that's what he probably said too in the back. He's like, that was some good shit. I wrote it.
So it's what's happening right now. And currently they're trying to elevate it by doing this tournament on the side to make everybody remember, hey, remember all these tag teams that exist?
I'm just gonna say it now. Some stupid crap's gonna happen and they're gonna win and keep the belts.
The Judgment
I want them to lose it.
They're gonna lose the belts. I
want them to.
Yeah. Without a doubt, they are. What I believe, honestly,
Put him on AOP. That'd be the weird move.
Dark horse winner is going to be the War Raiders. I think they're setting them up to have the belts.
Tyler's really excited about that.
Yeah, we will talk to that.
Tyler
about that
has been begging to talk about it. You can tell.
Oh, someone in creative is watching this show. I will say that. But
yeah, and if you're watching creative, Tyler's wanting his check finally.
Give me that money.
And also go to comicbookclick.com.
I mean, they should have already like 4 times or so by now because we've only mentioned it once, but they should have by now.
It's their homepage by now. But all right, so, buckle up. We had a couple vignettes. This was a vignette promo heavy show, probably because it was a pre-tape. But we had a vignette on American Made, which was actually pretty good. I thought showed the individual personalities of everyone involved.
I hated that Merriam-Webster line.
Well, see, but that's the thing. It was obnoxious, but it
wasn't obnoxious. It was dumb.
Hey, Merriam-Webster, idiot! Like,
he might as well have pulled the dictionary out and just read it to the camera.
I'm curious as to when Merriam-Webster died.
I want to see that match, him versus Merriam-Webster, WrestleMania. Let's go.
I get the feeling that the dictionary is one of his greatest enemies.
Dictionary on a pole match. There you go.
I'll be happy if he actually has a physical copy of one.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I agree with that one. But anyways, promo that I can't. This
was good. Yeah. I dug it. Solid vignette. It was what it was, and we immediately from that vignette had another vignette. This time with Braun Breaker.
This I actually enjoyed. Like Braun's coming off as a massive asshole, but he's doing it so well. Oh, okay. Got those guys for some reason. I'm not doing it. Hell no. But like the Braun Breaker as a heel and the dogs barking is a seriously awesome combo. Hopefully they keep the music the same way finally. That'd be great. But we gotta see what happens.
I thought they were a couple weeks ago when Braun came out and seemingly turned face. I was like, oh, this is interesting. But
I know, right? I was like, where's this going?
What's going to happen? Then for him to just flip it back to being the heel, and he's just running with it now. Like, yes, like just be a heel.
So but like, what I'm wondering is like, is he going to be that guy going forward who is a heel but can pull off a couple of face things just to mess with people? Because if he is, let's do it. Keep him his heel, but let him be like a bit of like a dick at times. And then, like you said, come back and just spear whoever he's going for, or in this case, Jey Uso.
He's showing he has it. The crowd loves him regardless.
They go quiet until the barking starts, and then it goes nuts.
There it is.
It's like the yeet.
Likes to cheer a badass winner. That's it.
It's the heel yeet. It's the heel yeet.
That's right.
Heel yeet. Yeah.
Does Molly like the barking?
She does. Molly's always been a fan of all of the dog wrestlers. British Bulldog,
Junkyard Dog.
I was just gonna say we missed one there.
Yeah. Well, I guess for that matter, Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin, and and she's very gremlin-like. There's something very Mogwai-ish about
the chat loves Monday Night
Mogwai-ish.
Yeah, Mogwai,
water on her.
Yeah, feed her after midnight. Right. I never understood the feed him after midnight thing because that implies that that them as a magical little species have an understanding of time zones.
Right.
Well, that's what I thought of too as a kid because I was sitting there going, what if they're in a plane and they're traveling across time zones?
Right. There you go.
Are they central based somewhere? Is that what it is?
Right. We're booking it now for the holidays. We're going to do the Science of Gremlins podcast, guys.
Oh, God.
Look for that coming.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
You Christmas people.
And, hey, from a vignette, we went to a sit-down interview. We had big Bronson Reed wearing a sick Vader shirt, by the way.
Did they say where that interview was being held? It looked like a backyard of someone's house.
It could have been. It was Bronson.
Oh, that's fine. I do agree that shirt was dope. It looks like there's like some parking area.
I want to know what the tensile strength of that chair that was holding him up, though.
We have the stats actually. We can find them.
Oh my God.
At comicbookclick.com.
At comicbookclick.com. We are calculating it right now.
That is an IKEA built chair. That is the Flurb.
No, that's the IKEA chair with the extra screw and pole underneath the chair. It's holding it up. And here's Mac with weather.
The Mac-led Bronson Reed cast.
I'd watch that just for a giggle.
Just for a giggle.
Just half an hour back. Talking about Bronson Reed.
But no, so in the interview, Reed was, talking about his desire to want to face Seth Rollins. This is good, guys. We've talked for a while about how they've been giving Bronson Reed the short end of the stick. He's such a talented in-ring performer. For his size, he can move just outrageously fast. He's unbelievably agile, and he's good on the mic. He's a good promo.
I hate to say this.
He's got all these pieces, and they're finally getting him this push or getting him enough time to really show that character off that he's able to do it. So, guys, what'd you think of this? This I don't want to say vignette, but I guess sit down interview that they had here.
I hate to say this, but Braun Strowman is officially one-upped him because he did a top rope jump onto a group of people. So Bronson has to one-up him now.
No, you will never place Braun Strowman above Bronson Reed. There's too many Brauns.
There are. I don't know. No, that their rivalry was to me the highlight of the last couple weeks. Mm-hmm. I mean, once they start chucking people at each other, I was like, oh my, this is amazing. And then I always remembered when what was it, Mark Henry and Big Show who originally destroyed the ring, and that was something I'm like, man, I've never seen that done again. And then to see it done again and done in such an amazing fashion, woof. And now that you cleverly use that amazing moment to then have Seth come in and curb stomp Bronson to set up their rivalry. Oh, bring it, because I'm highly looking forward to seeing two amazing athletes in the ring, but yet two completely different personalities. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in the ring, how long they can keep that going, especially since, again, this is two people that don't have belts. It's just a matter of putting out a good show. Yep. And I think they're going to do it. And if this thing gets dragged out to say Royal Rumble, I'm all for it.
Oh, they're definitely going to put on some great matches, and just such a different. Well, I don't want to say they have really different styles of wrestling. They have similar styles of wrestling, just they're very different body types. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's they're gonna do a good program. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm absolutely here for that.
And Mac has said it right. He splashed Rollins 20 times and to the morgue. he did. They got a lot going between each other. So let's go.
Well, and that's how they have to present Bronson Reed. That's really what they should have been doing from go. And they just kind of had a start-stop with him, but he should have been this just brash, unstoppable monster, knocking down walls, throwing people. They're like you said, chucking human beings at another human being, just throwing security personnel at him. But it's great. It's great. You love to see it. It reminded me of when Big Show was ECW champion, and he would just throw referees by the belt out of the ring. It was
love it.
See, what I was thinking is I'm not saying they should do it right now, but to add to this whole thing of the Bronson Reed, there we go. What he should do is just to add some weird to it, is have him show up and just start just screwing up matches, not actual storyline matches. Just we got this guy and this guy fighting, and Bronson just comes out of nowhere and just destroys them, just wrecks their day, crushes them, and then walks out that was fun. A complete monster.
Well, he better be racking up fines from Adam Pearce if that's the case.
No,
Adam Pearce can't just let these wrestlers run around all willy-nilly like this. He's going to handle on that.
Call the police. Get a restraining order against Bronson Reed from coming to the arenas.
Like,
break through the
well, it's like an NXT. That NXT parking lot is the most dangerous place in professional wrestling. HBK needs to do something about the security. I don't know what, but like it needs to be handled. It's dangerous.
Hire actual security.
Well, I think you know what it is. It's whenever Sean is looking one way, he's actually looking the other. So
he's keeping it. He's got a lot of irons in the fire, keeping his eyes in a lot of places. Oh my god,
he's upset now because he heard that.
Up next, we had the first match that was to be in the tag team tournament to determine the number one contenders. We had Otis and Akira Tozawa taking on mystery opponents, which turned out to be the returning. Well, they're not Vikings now; they're back to the War Raiders, guys. They listen. They listen. I'm not going to say complained. I'm going to say bitched relentlessly since we have began these shows almost a year ago about how much I hate that Viking Raiders gimmick, how awful it is, but how great Eric and Ivar are. Like, I followed them since Ring of Honor. They're amazing wrestlers. They're a great tag team. Again, guys that move like cats considering their size. But God, that Viking gimmick was just god-awful, cartoony, and stupid and over the top. It's gone.
Let's just put it this
way,
Alex.
The Viking gimmick is gone.
Every episode of this stream we've done, as soon as there's a Viking thing, we'd make fun of Tyler about it. So, hey, Tyler, how do you feel about this? And Tyler's just like... But he got his wish. He got his wish.
I'm so happy. This is one of those like ding dong Vince is gone kind of moments. Like that we're gonna call them the Viking Experience. Really? You thought you hate tag team wrestling, don't you, Vinny? Like, Jesus. Great shit, pal. But yeah, this is one of those like he's gone. It's so clear he's gone. Like War Raiders. Fantastic. So glad. I feel a little bad for Tozawa and Otis just kind of getting run over in about a minute.
Yeah. But they don't they're not there to win the match. The moment the War Raiders came out, and they've been talking about them coming back for weeks.
And the graphics.
And the way they came out, the crowd woke up. They were so happy to see these two back in the ring. Even they, like, you could tell they were just, it was like breaking chains coming out of that stupid gimmick to just be themselves. They look so refreshed in the ring. Just like Bronson Reed, these two are huge athletes. These guys aren't just going in there and doing body moves. They're flipping over each other. They're doing stuff that, you know, half the roster can't do. And these dudes are how big?
Did they look a little slim down?
They looked a little slimmer.
Maybe it's all the crap they were wearing. That's why they look slimmer.
Well, you know, and they've both been off TV for a while. I mean, Eric had been on the injured list for quite some time.
I think they said this is their first match since 2023. Hey,
yeah,
something like that.
Ivar been running by himself there, and even on Ivar's appearances on NXT, they had him appearing in just like normal, you know, get up until he went into the ring, and then he'd be the Viking again. But they started to lean this way. But man, I am so happy.
I will
he deserves so much better than a cartoon gimmick. I
will say, like, being someone who's seen them not on the indies, but I've seen them on main in a short form, you can, dare I say the words, feel it. That when they came out, it was like, okay, everyone shut the hell up and watch this. And yeah, it was good because, like I said, all the shit taken off of them, all the ugly crap, Tyler's favorite gimmick is gone, as you can see. He's very upset about it. And like, yeah, it just seems like they were like, all right, everyone hold our beer. We're going to go destroy some people. Unfortunately, it was Tozawa that got completely destroyed. But hey, welcome back, boys. We need actual tag teams back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, this does beg the question, what happens to Valhalla? Where's Sarah Logan gone?
Keep her off TV for a bit. Now, I know someone's going to look at me and be like, why? It's not a punishment. It's one of those like, okay, listen, you've done some good stuff for us. You kept us with an extra character in this Viking crap. Now that it's gone, go put your feet up. Isn't she a mom now too? If I'm not mistaken, like she had a kid like recently or something like that.
Oh, did she?
I could have sworn someone was saying that her or somebody had a kid recently, but if she did, cool. If she didn't, but my point is, go rest, go have like a month or two off, let your other half and his buddy go break some people, win a belt, and have fun. Come back in a bit. You know what I mean?
I feel bad because I thought she was the female character in the new, what do you call it? The Wyatt.
The Wyatt Six.
Oh,
I remember it's what's her name?
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Valhalla, honestly, she's an amazing wrestler herself. So
yes.
you can put her back in NXT with the girls down there, or do
like I said, just give her a bit of time.
That's not a bad idea, actually. If you want to like kind of an in between there, it's easier to take her off TV a little bit, plop her back down in NXT, like let her kind of reestablish herself either as a new character or as Sarah Logan again.
And she'll make it back up to the main roster no time.
No, I'm thinking the Sarah Logan idea is the better one. Let her, like I said, give her a little bit of time to just go do her, relax, come back, show up on NXT, destroy the women's champion or somebody, cook up some shit down there, and then rejoin with the boys on main in like 3 months or something. Yeah. Or Rumble.
Yeah, there's definitely a path for her to.
Or they can eventually just make her the escort for the War Raiders.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Just let her be herself.
They can all just be normal people because they are.
That's a thing.
It's gonna work so much better. It's wild when you let these folks just kind of be themselves and crank it up a little bit. How it works out for everyone.
Right? That's it.
Right.
But so from that match, we had, would you believe it, another backstage segment? Because we did.
I lost
Adam
track of
Pearce
these things
walked
at
up
one
to
point.
Seth Rollins in the locker room and asked Seth, and Seth was asking if the match was going to happen. He wants that match with Bronson Reed. And Pearce was kind of a prick about this, talking about how look, you've only had 8 matches this year, and you've been hurt for all of them. Damn, man.
I'm more impressed that he's got a spine. Usually he's like the guy who's begging to get a drink or, oh, this shit's getting out of hand. No, tonight he was just like you said, he basically started for the jugular. No chill. So thank you, finally.
Yeah. Finally manning up. I'll dig it.
Mm-hmm. He's got some huevos finally.
I like Adam Pearce as the GM, though. I think he's very good in this role. He plays out middle management very well.
When he puts his foot down, it's awesome to see. So tonight was definitely a turnaround, hopefully.
I think he knew he had to be the thing that set some kind of pace to the show today.
I got to be sober tonight.
Yeah, and he really, it's interesting that you say that, Alex, because Adam Pearce was in a ton of segments tonight.
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
Way more than normal. Way more. And it was very much he did kind of keep the direction and the flow of the show, which hey, that is also the role of a GM from time to time. You're also, part host in a way. But yeah, he's very good in this role. And I look forward to him getting back in the ring at some point. We've talked about the possibility of him and you don't want to see him back in the ring?
I like him in his GM role. He doesn't
Rumble.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need to be back in the ring.
Former NWA champion, Adam Pearce.
Royal Rumble.
Do you want to see a tattoo guy back in the ring? What's his name? Married, who just knocked up, what's her name? The Staten Island girl. The guy
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves. You want to see him back in the ring, or are you happy with him on the mic?
I mean, if he's gonna get stopped, sure.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, is that
Corey Graves. I like him as a host. I'll never want to see him back in the ring. He doesn't need to be back.
I think his foray back into the ring is probably going to be once again stopped by the fact that CM Punk exists and is in that company.
But aren't they on different shows?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They work for the same company.
Punk will be at.
Although, it's a different era, on Raw, we are permitted to have Bronson, and Braun. So, I mean...
Can they be a trio?
You know what's crazy is they're all the same person. They just change wigs.
That'd be the greatest thing ever. It's so stupid if we had them as a trio.
Like Ed, and Eddie, but Braun, and Bronson.
No, it'd be Braun, and Braun. That's all I'd be called. Their faction would be called Brawn.
They're a legal company.
Yeah.
If you've been injured, if you've had a person thrown at you, call Braun.
If you had a chair thrown at you, if you had someone crushed through a wall and the wall's crushed to you and you almost died, consult the Brawns. Yeah, Braun. Only on Monday Night Raw. I would love to see that for a faction. It'd be the dumbest thing possible, but it'd be so funny.
Oh god.
Walking around like wearing the sensor and the suits and crap like that.
I want to see them in like suits that obviously don't fit them.
Right? It's
like right the sensor. Who'd be the woman though?
Man.
You need a woman one day.
They would.
Shit.
Oh gosh.
I guess. Hey, Sarah Logan.
No.
They'd have to change her name to like. They'd have to change her name to like Braunita or
Sarah Brongan.
No. Braun Logan. Braun Logan. Braun Logan, there we go.
Braun Logan, there it is.
Where's my paycheck? Where's Alex's paycheck? Not you, Tyler.
Oh, God.
We outside, baby. Let's go.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways,
all right.
are we on TV still?
We are. But rolling into the second hour of Monday Night Raw tonight, we had the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, making a Raw appearance to call out and have a face-to-face with the Ring General Gunther, as they will be facing one another at the Crown Jewel on November 4th. Caesar, I'm going to go ahead and let you take point on this a little bit here, because in the group chat tonight, you were not particularly happy with this segment.
Oh, I was. So up here in the Canada, it's Thanksgiving, and I was eating dinner, and I was watching, and I was like, cool, I'm getting ham, more ham, and a lot of ham, and gravy at least. And I'm sorry, but like Cody's pyro takes up like the whole company's budget right there for like the whole show. Then the entrance, he goes for a lap and starts high-fiving people. I'm like, Cody, this isn't a house show. I know you're the baby face of baby faces, but damn, bro, we're on a 2-hour budget and your segment's almost finished. And then he gets into the ring, he looks around, and then you just hear Gunther in like the distance, and you're like, cool. Now what's gonna happen? And they just give us the match or give us something. You know, let them duke it out with each other. You know, Gunther and Ludwig versus Cody and I don't know who on SmackDown's his buddy. Not Kevin Owens.
You don't like to keep them separate physically before
like, that's what they used to do back in the day, or put them on the tag team against two other people. It's weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, they need to do something besides the whole talk for 20-minute thing. Like, there could have been so many things they could have done instead of that shit.
Well, in general, I was thinking about that when Cody came out today. I was looking at it like,
Yawn.
See, Roman, when he during his title reign, constantly had that heat. You know, you loved him, you hated him. Cody is such a baby face that it's like, all right, it's getting kind of boring. To the point where when he does eventually lose the belt, what do you do with him?
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
And then, because I'm also thinking, well, Cody is not a spring chicken. Cody's close to 40, if not 40 now, right?
He's 39 or 40, yeah.
Find a wrestler on main roster who isn't above 35. Like, there's a lot of them.
There are. I mean, don't get me wrong. People are in better and better shape than ever nowadays. You know,
but some of them on main wrestler, they're like, okay, watch this. I'm gonna hit you with a clothesline, and you're like, can you just do the damn thing? Not like predict it.
Right. So with Cody, I'm just wondering what's gonna happen, because to me, I looked at these two in the ring and go, I can't wait for Gunther to just be in charge, to just have to be the guy.
Can you imagine Gunther carrying both belts?
I would love it.
Raws and SmackDowns.
Why not? He's the ring general, man. Make him the. What's the next higher rank? Colonel.
That's what I was just gonna say. What's above
general?
Maybe somebody in the comments that's American that knows how to translate that stuff, who's good at it. Come on, help us out.
Yeah,
or just make up a rank.
Just make up a rank. Just make up, like, you know, lieutenant, major, colonel, general.
Ludwig Kaiser wouldn't get any promotion. He would just be still the same.
Meister Burger. Yeah.
That's it. Get one of those pins
Big
that
offers.
just has like 8,000 tabs
Right.
on it.
It's got every color on it.
Every-
So what's
every
what
color.
those tabs on your thing mean? I have
You know,
no idea.
at the very top, it's comic book.
I got this one for helping old lady cross the street. Oh, wow.
I got this one for petting cat. It was
I single-handedly defeated Ukraine.
you get that he used that one. He's like, I single-handedly tied my own shoes alone. It's like
with just these 2 fingers.
I have
put on
video
my
proof.
pants 2 legs at a time. Ring general.
I crashed my car into big building. Big building died.
This one for getting represented by Braun.
I hate it here. You know what I don't hate though, you guys? Our sponsor.
comicbookclick.com.
I was gonna say NordVPN actually. I was actually trying to be serious. I was gonna say NordVPN.
Oh. NordVPN, who is one of our
I was trying to be serious for like
if
30
you
seconds.
access NordVPN through comicbookclick.com, you can get 72% off your first month when you sign up for 1 full year.
Nice.
We did all sound like Kozlov. WWE. You're right, we did all Kozlov at that.
You know what's funny?
Kozlov. What happened to poor Kozlov?
He's actually in movies now, hey? He's actually a monster. Like I saw a video of him. He's actually pretty built and he's actually like a I think he's like involved with stunts and stuff like that.
Right on.
Maybe he'll be in the next John Wick.
Or he will be the John Wick.
It's
Put a wig on him. I am John Wick.
Keanu, you look a little different. I'm fine. I came back from the
I
dead.
crushed beer can with finger.
Oh, God.
I got paper cut.
After the Cody and Gunther segment, we had a quick recap of what's been going on with the New Day, the turmoil between Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and that led into Kofi making his entrance ahead of his match with Braun Breaker.
Then commercial.
Yeah, you were mad about all the commercials tonight.
No commercial.
So. But the match went about 9 minutes. Breaker picked up the win here. But there was some action after the match as well. God, that super kick. So Jey Uso getting involved here, interjecting himself into the situation. There's a lot of action, a lot of moving parts here. What do you think of the match? The angle afterwards?
I'm always excited to see Kofi because to me, I feel like WWE loves to highlight the fact that he was a champion because they know they did him wrong.
Right.
The man should have had a long run. And honestly, I think he should get some kind of a run at one of the belts soon because, again, another guy who's how much longer is he going to do this? Mm-hmm. And it's to the point where, look, they're obviously breaking up the New Day. So where is this going to go with them? This gives us a chance to highlight the chance that Jey and Braun are going to have their eventual rematch. So that's where all of this is going. Breaking up the New Day, Braun and Jey, and hopefully, please, Lord, do something with Kofi because this man deserves something. Think of his career with WWE. He's been one of the most consistent things in the WWE, and also puts on good matches and will put people over.
Yeah.
Give this man, as they say, right? Give him his crown, so to speak. Please make this go somewhere, please.
Well, I mean, my goodness. I mean, I don't even remember what year it was. When did he make his debut on ECW on Sci-Fi?
What was that, like 2006?
Like I remember the promos, like when he was still doing the Jamaican accent, like
right. Boom, 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 boom. Remember that nonsense?
Oh my gosh. Wow, like and then just dropping it that 1 week in Triple H. Hey, weren't you Jamaican a week ago?
Yeah.
Good time.
Don't forget the time machine bit.
He deserves it. I want to see some solid matches because this is where it's going between him and Xavier Woods. You know, hopefully Xavier Woods gets banished to his Twitch channel. Look, 2008. Thanks a lot, Mac. 2008.
Thank you,
that's
Mac.
crazy. That's damn near 20 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And he had one title run that got squashed by that guy that we can't even really talk about anymore.
That guy shows that picture.
It is, yeah. They definitely did him dirty, and they know that. And he is like you said, Alex. He's an incredible talent, and just mainstay is an understatement. You know, he's without question future Hall of Famer. He's one of those guys that there's going to be an entire generation of wrestlers that will point to Kofi Kingston and be like, he's one of the reasons I do this.
Right.
Like, and again, it's just like he's got everything. You know, he's got the in-ring skill, the mic work, and I don't know. You know, after talking about them breaking up New Day, I don't know if I want New Day to break up. I'm still one of those folks that's like, find a way to make it still work, but it hasn't been the same since Big E has been gone. And, you know, you either need to do something slightly different with New Day or... Yeah, I mean, and it felt like they were doing something with Odyssey Jones.
Yeah, but then that got ruined.
And then as quickly as he appeared, there he went.
Like Kaiser Soze.
Just
God. No, right. I think the thing that might save them is if Big E does get cleared, because Big E keeps reporting that, hey, I'm gonna go back and see what's up in my neck. So that might change things. But I think as of right now, the New Day is gonna go through some challenges. Whether or not in the end of it, I would love if they do have an epic match and then Big E comes out like, y'all need me, and brings it all back together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then comes out with like some Saiyan costumes again and gives them their armor and like, oh, we're the New Day again. You know, I would be totally for that. But we'll see.
It'd be a beautiful moment if we could get there. Really, it would be wonderful to see that. And if not, they'll find something to do with them. But we'll see. You know, I'm glad that they seem to be steering them away from the Final Testament and Karrion Kross, because Jesus, man's an albatross.
I'm telling you, I see Karrion walk on screen and I go, oh man, I gotta use the bathroom.
Right. But the next segment we had there, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest chatting backstage. Priest was telling Rhea that he'd be out there for her match tonight. She said, no, got it covered. Worry about you. Kind of, focus on getting your championship back. So
right. I feel like when she tells him that, she's like, I'm married. Buddy Matthews will rip your head off.
Yeah. Like, please.
WrestleMania.
Right. Priest, Matthews, Mania. I like though that they've kept, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley as friends after the kind of their split from the Judgment Day. And I feel like they're kind of leaning towards they will always have some sort of loose association, but you're not really going to see them on screen together as often, probably going forward. Oh yeah, Damian Priest needs to be on his own. He needs to be doing his own thing anyway. But from there, we will go into the last match we'll be discussing this evening. We had R-Truth taking on The Miz. This lasted about a minute.
Too long.
R-Truth wins with a roll-up after The Miz is distracted by the Final Testament walking down to the ring. We also had a blip there for the Wyatt Six during this, so a lot going on here. I don't know if the Wyatt Six is gunning for The Miz or if they're gunning for the Final Testament.
Please be Final Testament.
Right, just take him out, right? Easy peasy. But after R-Truth won, he was excited, still trying to hug Miz, very confused is Ron Killings. And as he's hopping out of the ring, fist bumps.
That was the funniest part.
And then Cross's face just changes and says, get him right now. I'm Karrion Kross.
It wasn't even subtle either.
I don't know why my Karrion Kross and my Vince McMahon's the same voice, but it was.
Nailed it,
and then R-Truth gets beat up. Did they botch throwing R-Truth back into the ring?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, this whole thing. Somebody that another person I believe deserves more credit for what they've done for this company is The Miz. No, not Truth.
Oh, no,
Miz.
Truth. Miz.
Miz.
No, I agree. with
I have. Guys, think of the origin of the Miz. We've all seen the Real World or the Road Rules video.
Mm-hmm.
This is a guy who did it himself, and I appreciate that. And not only that, he's been in movies. He's had his runs. He's put people over. He did a reality show. You know, this guy's done it. And he happily comes back, does his thing with R-Truth, who, I mean, come on. R-Truth is most known for Jimmy and for that terrible song that he's still singing. But the Miz is rolling with it.
I will not have anyone forget the memory of K Quick. Also, R-Truth, also former NWA champion.
Yeah, that's true. And like what, 85-time 24/7 champ?
Yeah.
Yes, he's a better athlete than he's being given credit for. He's another person who's put in the work, but I like the Miz.
But Miz, like, I don't know, to my knowledge, and chat out there, anybody, has there ever been anyone in the history of WWE that had been kicked out of the locker room that not only found their way back in, but wasn't gone from the company within like a month from that? Because to my knowledge, anyone that's ever been ousted from the locker room, thrown off of a tour bus, you're out of that company. You're never coming back. The Miz changed in hallways for like 2 years until he like ingratiated himself to the roster. He fought, scratched, and clawed to be a professional wrestler. It's it's great. Like, Miz deserves all the respect in the world as a wrestler, and he's people say like he works a safe style, he works a soft style. Yeah, and he's never really been hurt either. Right. He'll be there for life, and he's one of those guys. They trust him to be an ambassador. They know that he's not going to go out and embarrass them, and make the company look bad. He's clean. He's scandal free. He's a family man. Like, he's the Miz.
There it is.
He's awesome, right? I mean,
exactly. I mean, if you put a package together, a vignette for the Miz, he's been in the middle of some amazing matches, amazing feuds.
He's main event at WrestleMania. He won. He beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania. That's a pretty big one right there. Like, now, granted, he was kind of a back set piece for The Rock and John Cena, but still, he was there. He was involved. They trusted the Miz to do that. So I mean, it says a lot. But he's one of those guys. They can always count on him.
Right.
If it's like shit, we something happened, we don't know what to do with the U.S. title, hell, the world title, even that his last runs. It's like, we can trust the Miz to do this for a couple months. We can get some decent main events out of him. We can, sell some pay-per-view, sell some tickets. If nothing else, people want to see him get his ass kicked.
Right.
It always works.
And he works.
Do you guys remember when he had that faction before? It was like him, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel. Team? No, not the B team. The three of them. Here was called.
I can't remember what they're called, but
I don't know if they were called anything. It might have just been like Team Miz or something like that.
Either way,
Entourage or something.
I just remember that Miz was the IC champ, and that he made that belt feel amazing. Like, it looked nice with him.
Or when Damien Sandow was the Miz's stunt double.
Oh my God, yeah, I remember that.
And a person that the WWE just didn't appreciate, Damien Sandow.
Isn't he on the Indies now? I think.
Yeah.
Probably under
I
a
always
different
said
name.
when he handed over that briefcase, his Money in the Bank briefcase, he gave his gimmick with it. That's what happened, and then it was all downhill from there. He had that amazing match with John Cena, and then that was it for Damien Sandow, which was unfortunate.
What a bummer.
Yeah, but back into the last couple quick segments here we're going to touch on before wrapping up. We had a Jimmy Uso appearance tonight on Raw, trying to speak to his brother, and Jay was refusing to do whatever it was he wanted him to do, and he told him to get out of his face, and
fam.
I still can't tell them apart.
I was actually about to say, is it bad that I've never been able to tell them apart? until they separated. Like the only reason I can tell them apart now is because Jay's got that ridiculous Courtney Cox haircut, and Jimmy doesn't.
Well, and Jay wears he's wearing black there, but typically Jay wears blue and Jimmy wears red,
which is ironic.
I think they're looking in a mirror. There's a mirror there. They're doing like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Double Impact.
Those of you who don't know, that's a movie.
Oh,
I just dated myself so horribly there.
Now I just need it. I wonder what year that came out. But
I'm gonna say 88.
No. That was definitely mid 90s. It was like that was one of the.
Okay, I was
1991.
91. Oh my god!
Wow. Wait, John, are you talking about the Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? That Twins? Because I've known about that for a long time.
Oh yeah, Twins was like 88.
That's fantastic. But yeah, guys, that's more or less Monday Night Raw in a nutshell here tonight. Was there anything that we didn't discuss that you guys want to touch on before we hop into the jobbers and megastars of the night?
Caesar's mad. No? Look at Caesar. He's just pissed.
Caesar, why are you mad, Caesar?
No, I'm just like I don't know. I have nothing else to say. I was reading my game book. So
well then, gentlemen. With that, we will head into the Dirt Sheet Radio post-show rewind jobber of the night for Monday Night Raw tonight. Woo! Yes, it is exciting. Alex, sir, you are our special guest here tonight.
Our honorary guest, yes.
Who do you have as your jobber of the night this evening, sir?
I gotta go with The Miz. As much as I love the guy, this is a guy who's basically got almost the EGOT equivalent of titles for him to get rolled up by this Jimmy loving R-Truth. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but he's doing what Miz does, and he was happily being the jobber, and that's why he's my jobber of the night.
Caesar, sir.
This is gonna be kind of like a bit of a double-sided coin, we'll call it, I guess. It sounds like I'm being negative, but I'm being positive at the same time. I'm gonna give it to the returning War Raiders. Hear me out. The reason I'm saying that they're the jobber is because they were handcuffed and shackled to that bullshit gimmick for like forever. So now that they're back as themselves, let's see some shit go down. I'm waiting. I've heard the shitty war or Viking bullshit. It's done. Now let's just see them be complete assholes. Do flips, break some people, everything. Yes, we know, John. Logic is out the window. What's not out the window is Tyler's pick.
I don't know who to blame for this, but no. Botching getting thrown in the ring.
Molly's to blame for it.
No, we don't blame Molly.
Not blame
Molly. Anger the chat doing that. The chat's gonna come after you now.
They acknowledge.
The chat's gonna blacklist Alex for life.
But it was either R-Truth or AOP. It was one of the two. Botching throwing him into the ring. That's the jobber of the night.
You can put them together, you get a 2-for-1 deal sometimes.
Yeah, look at Paul Ellering. He's like, oh, they're going to fuck this up. I just know it.
He doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. He's sitting there going, did I take my dementia medication?
Paul Ellering's looking around. This isn't NXT.
Guys, these lights are way too bright. Can someone turn them down?
Poor Paul Ellering. I'll say this. Paul Ellering has not aged my entire life. But he's looked old since 1979.
I am really happy to see he's doing two things in his life right now. He's helping out Final Testament, and he's touring with Judas Priest. Like, I'm so happy for him. I'm a big fan of You Got Another Thing Coming, okay? And Breaking the Law.
It's a jam.
Some sick tunes, but now he's in wrestling? Damn.
But from there, we are going to hop into the mega stars of the night.
Tyler.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to actually have a logical thing here, Caesar.
You're not.
As
Don't let them
your jobber is my megastar. The War Raiders are free. They are free. If I wasn't on this couch with a dog with somebody, I would have done the Smeagol jump around. Smeagol's free. The War Raiders are no longer shackled by this terrible gimmick. Now watch them bring it back next week just to like irk me and spite me. But
I hope they bring it back next week.
I'm excited. I am saying this now. They're my pick to win the tournament. I'm with Alex
fine with it
earlier as well. I think it's going to be them. They're going to win the tournament. They're going to. I just want them to go on a massive run. Put the belts on them. Let them go with them. God, they look healthier. They look more fit than they have in a while. Let's do it.
Like I said earlier, without all the bullshit, I think that's what made them look so dare I say, bigger. Now they just seem like themselves, and they seem like they're about to crush people for something to do. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Give them side plates on the tag belts too. When the belts, when they get the belts handed to them, don't give them the belts until there's actually side plates.
Yeah,
I'll wait for it.
Nice.
So War Raiders.
Oh man, that's great. That is great.
You want to go? You want to go next, Caesar?
No, I'll give you. I'll you be the honorary secondary.
Okay. My super mega star of the night is someone who wasn't even in a match, but continues to fuel the heat that he gets, and that is my man Dominic right here, because Liv was an amazing person in her match. They did their thing. Like I said, seeing her and Raquel together, I could easily call them my megastars of the night. But then in the end, when even I was like, holy shit, is Tiffany about to cash in and get the belt and set up and see that set up for Saudi, and who knows where that's going to go. Dominic again comes out of nowhere, pulls her out of the ring and saves her to maintain her belt. And I just love seeing that they're constantly just finding ways to keep that heat on them going. I'm loving it. So Dominic, and of course his girl Liv, my megastars of the night. I gotta go.
So you going in that whole direction, mine sounds kind of funny, but dare I say continuation actually. Raquel. So it's a kind of I'm probably gonna get thrown this term as my term for this thing. It's kind of a double-sided coin. One, I'm glad to have her back because it's about time that she's been back. She's been injured for X amount of time. And then two, well, Carlito's face is my reaction. So that's the easy way to explain it. But I am curious to see where they go with this whole situation because, we need that little bit of weird, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, everything. You need that, you turn it on and you go, what the hell did I just watch? But it makes you think. For example, Rhea and Tiff. No one would have thought of that. Or Raiders. No one would have thought that was going to happen right away. So, yeah, we need the weird to keep going.
There it is.
Right on. But, gentlemen, that Monday Night Raw. Hey, I want to thank everyone that's watching us live.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate it. I got a good number of live viewers and everyone that watches this on demand. But I want to tell you guys, and I hope you'll be elated with this news if you don't know already. We don't just cover Monday Night Raw. We're here every night. Dirt Sheet Radio is always on because wrestling never stops. We're here for Monday Night Raw. We are here Tuesday nights for NXT. We are here Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite. Thursday nights for TNA Impact. And, of course, Fridays are for SmackDown.
I love SmackDown.
And, y'all, if you're up very late on Wednesday nights after the AEW Dynamite recap, you can check out the Dirt Sheet Radio flagship show. Super late. If you're like me and you got to be up early, just check it out Thursday mornings once it's posted. It'll be there waiting for you with your coffee, guys. And also on... freaking me out, Caesar. And then on Sundays, we got a couple shows on Sundays.
What we got?
Well, myself and CJ, we are rebranding and relaunching soon. CJ and Tyler's Weekend Wrestling Roundup. That is Roundup with a W.
I was just going to say that part for you.
With a W. And we're looking to rebrand and relaunch hopefully this weekend. And then also on Sunday, 3 and T podcast. The guys going live every week with the most crisp graphic.
That is a bitch and girl. What the hell is that?
Spring Stampede. When's Spring Stampede starting?
Join Mac and Nick as they go to Spring Stampede podcast this Friday.
Holy shit! Exclusive from John Escudero.
Right on. You heard it here first, guys. Premiering this Friday, Spring Stampede. Nick and
Oh my god,
Mac.
I'm excited. I got a little excited there.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Good times, guys.
It's
Good
all
times.
Mac and all Nick.
And now, not professional wrestling related, but of course, our sibling cast over there, Comic Book Click, the Major Issues podcast every single Thursday. And Alex, you can remind the folks watching here tonight what you guys will be discussing this week.
Well, like again, because of the storm here in Tampa, we didn't get to record our live show last week, so we'll be making up for last week's tomorrow. We're covering Joker 2, Fuli Aduli, however you want to pronounce that. It's French, but just come to us tomorrow night because Folia Poop, I absolutely correct because it's
is 2.
Yes, it was. It was unfortunately very disappointing, but that's going to lead to lots of fun discussion. And then we will be back again on this week on Thursday to cover another show. And also, guys, big news.
Also,
I will be at New York Comic Con.
Damn.
This weekend.
Yeah.
So
That's a pretty
I will be
big
going
flex.
live as often as possible. So if you guys contact me, let me know. Hey, look for X, Y, and Z. Whether you're watching the show or you guys or anyone that's affiliated with us, hit me up on my socials. You can find me Alex the Cog Garcia on Facebook, also on Instagram, Alexandario Gravitas, or just hit me up through Comic Book Click directly. And if you say, hey, get some live coverage of whatever, make sure you hit the halls, make sure I hit this, try to snag a picture of this person for me. I got you. I'm gonna be there late Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Jealous, but excited for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
come on, Canada, come on down.
yeah,
I'm on the
it's
other side of the
down for
country.
you. It's down for
No,
you.
it's not.
New York's not down from you.
No, I'm on the West Coast. I told you that. It's like
Well,
it's
still
It's still down.
It's still down.
down
It's
and
a
then like,
diagonal.
across the
Oh
country.
my god, this is the guy who gave his. How did you mess up the choice before?
Which one? This is all live, guys.
Now, speaking of geography and diagonals and directions, Caesar, tell the folks watching where they can find you. Not literally the exact.
I was waiting for you to
location.
say that last bit. I was waiting for you to say that, not literally. Hey guys, as always, I'm over here every Monday with Tyler, John, this week with Alex, of course. Thank you for joining us. CJ will be here sometimes if he's not too busy doing adulting, but that doesn't make a difference. We'll be here no matter what. I'm always here on the Wednesday with the crew, talking that good old-fashioned AEW Dynamite. And if you guys want to come and find me on social medias, I have it right there in my name. I'm at NoobTube. I name all the platforms, but there are way too many nowadays to name because we don't want to be here for the next 2 hours or so about that. What we do want to do is discuss where we can find on the socials the Tyler. Where is it, Tyler? Where can we find you?
So I am at PW Hipster on Twitter and on the Instagram, but I don't do a lot on those things. But the Pro Wrestling Hipster over on Facebook is where you can find most of my stuff, and obviously hanging out, doing fun stuff via Dirt Sheet Radio. Monday nights here with you guys, Tuesday nights breaking down NXT, and Sundays doing some stuff with CJ. But always
I actually have an actual sincere question now that I remember it, and you're gonna love this one. So ever since Hunter took over and all that stuff, have the card changing sporadically before you've made your previews gone down? Or is it still crazy?
a little bit. I didn't write one today because work kind of got away from me. Usually I do those at work, but I was a little busy.
I remember you'd always tell us that you'd make the graphic and everything, and then it was like, change it for the sixth time today.
Yeah, I'd get everything set. I'd get everything written and posted, and then WWE would have like two things at like 6:30 p.m. It's like, you're killing me.
Hate all of you for that.
That does not happen as often.
Ooh,
so.
You're being spoiled now.
Yeah, right. Oh, goodness gracious.
I love it.
But guys, hey, that's where you can find all of us, and we appreciate the hell out of all y'all tuning in.
That was TNA Impact in a nutshell.
It wasn't TNA Impact. Don't confuse them, Caesar. Caesar, a lot of our viewers are very stoned. Okay, don't do that. All right, they're gonna think it's Thursday
Molly.
now.
The Canadian alphabet's different. You get to confuse.
Yeah, we have
Z, right? A to Z. That's what we do.
Know. Some of us say Z, some of us say Z.
Wait, so there are Canadians that do say Z, folks. This is a great way to wrap up tonight. Discussion about the differences between Canada and America. But thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow night live for NXT coverage.